Tonight, breaking news, earthquakes, eruptions, and now a toxic threat to life. New eruptions from that volcano spewing hot lava and poisonous gas in Hawaii. The island's also rocked by waves of earthquakes. Hundreds of people warned to get out immediately. What did he know? New reporting claiming the president knew about the payment to Stormy Daniels before he said he knew nothing about it. And on the trail of $750,000, his attorney, Michael Cohen, reportedly secured during the campaign. Agent ambush, an undercover operation gone bad, an ATF agent shot in the face. Tonight, the massive manhunt in Chicago. The cruise ship scare, flooded out hallways and staterooms. One terrified passenger calling it a scene from Titanic. Facebook love trap. Scammers preying on people looking for romance, how they may be using your identity. And sweep the leg. A grandfather, the robbery suspect headed his way, and the kung fu-like move he unleashed on the alleged bad guy.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday. I'm Tom Yamas. Several developing stories as we come on tonight. And we begin with that growing threat to life in Hawaii. The earth literally shifting underneath. New eruptions from the Kilauea volcano, red hot lava burning through trees and bubbling up in neighborhoods miles away. Hundreds of earthquakes as well, this one registering 6.9. But it's the toxic gases rising from the molten rock that authorities say is too dangerous to breathe. And tonight, some 1,800 people have been forced from their homes with no idea when they may return. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez starts us off from Hawaii tonight.
Tonight, molten rock spewing into the air as new cracks in the ground open up on the Big Island. The fresh eruption sending a mountain of spattering lava ominously crawling down neighborhood streets. The blazing hot sparks and dangerous plumes setting off smoke detectors.
Guys need to evacuate now.
Ira Haas recording as one of the first fissures erupted this week near his home, miles away from the Kilauea volcano.
It was so powerful, it was thunderous. I mean, it was just like, you know, and just erupting like a jet engine, and then it sounded like bombs.
He is one of the 1,800 people forced to evacuate from these neighborhoods.
The police came down our driveway and just said we had to get out.
All worried their homes like this one could be destroyed. Police keeping Haas and other residents out, pointing to the risk not only from the eruptions, but from toxic sulfur dioxide gas still pouring into the air. Officials are so concerned they've set up roadblock after roadblock like this, cars lining up with people being turned away, told the air quality makes it too dangerous to get much closer.
There's no question there's a lot of frustration with the people that want to get back in. What we're trying to do is make sure that it's safe. When the environment is safe, we will be able to admit them back into their area.
But there is no end in sight to the eruptions triggered by multiple earthquakes over the last few days.
You guys all right?
Including a 6.9 magnitude quake Friday, the biggest in Hawaii since 1975.
This isn't stopping.
Your son.
This man grabbing his baby as his home started to shake.
Oh my God, guys.
No one's seriously injured, but tonight residents are bracing for possible repeats of these natural disasters.
And Marcy Gonzalez joins us live from one of those roadblocks preventing residents from re-entering those evacuation zones. But Marcy, you're hearing conditions there are so dangerous, even first responders are not going in?
Yeah, that's right, Tom. They are staying back because of those toxic fumes. Now, warning residents who chose not to evacuate, if they end up needing help, they may be on their own. The National Guard is set up and ready here for the possibility of more evacuations because they have no way of knowing where the ground could open up next. Tom.
Marcy Gonzalez on the ground for us there in Hawaii. Marcy, thank you. Next to the other developing headline tonight, new reporting that President Trump knew about the payment to Stormy Daniels to ensure her silence while he continued to say he knew nothing about it. The president's story changed this week after his new attorney, Rudy Giuliani, said the president paid that money after all. ABC's Tara Palmieri on why the timing matters.
President Trump hitting the battleground state of Ohio, but tonight unable to escape questions over new reporting, claiming that he knew about the hush money payment to porn star Stormy Daniels months ago, despite his denial. The New York Times, citing two people familiar with the arrangement, reports that the president was aware of the $130,000 payment to Daniels months before he told reporters he had no knowledge of it.
Mr. President, why did you change your story on Stormy Daniels?
We're not changing any stories. Excuse me.
You did not know
but you have to.
The payment.
Excuse me. You take a look at what I said. You go back and take a look. You'll see what I said.
This is what the president said in April.
Did you know about the $130,000 payment to Stormy Daniels?
Tonight, the big question still unanswered. What exactly did the president know and when? Ignited by the revelation from his new attorney, Rudy Giuliani, that the president reimbursed his longtime fixer, Michael Cohen, for the Daniels hush payment. But it wasn't a campaign matter.
It's not campaign money. No campaign finance violation. Everybody was nervous about this from the very beginning.
But later, Giuliani suggesting the payment had everything to do with the campaign.
Imagine if that came out on October 15th, 2016, in the middle of the last debate with Hillary Clinton.
Giuliani later reiterating the payment was a family matter after President Trump undermined him.
He's learning the subject matter. He'll get his facts straight. He's a great guy.
Giuliani said Cohen was paid up to $470,000 for legal work.
Michael would take care of things like this.
According to the Wall Street Journal, during the height of the 2016 presidential campaign, Cohen had gained access to nearly $750,000 through a series of personal transactions. Federal investigators are looking into what he did with the money and whether there were any possible secret deals during the campaign to protect Donald Trump.
Tara joins us now from the White House. And Tara, President Trump's new attorney, Rudy Giuliani, made some fiery remarks at an Iranian freedom rights convention today, attacking the Iranian nuclear deal and at one point even pretending to rip it up and then spitting on it.
That's right, Tom. Giuliani said that President Trump has been emboldened by his new national security team to rip up the Iran deal. On stage, acting out, tearing up a piece of paper, and then even called for regime change. So Giuliani appears to be freelancing foreign policy, even though he was hired to represent the president in the Mueller investigation. Tom?
Tara Palmieri with that new reporting tonight for us. Tara, thank you. And tomorrow morning on This Week, a very big show and a Sunday morning exclusive. George will go one-on-one with Rudy Giuliani after this week's stunning revelations in the Stormy Daniels case and the Mueller investigation. Make sure to tune in. Next to that manhunt in Chicago after an ATF agent on an undercover mission was ambushed and shot in the face. That neighborhood now flooded by police, and the police superintendent asking for the public's help and sending the suspect a message. We will find you. Here's ABC's Will Carr.
Officers flooding the south side of Chicago, heavily armed, seizing evidence, patrolling with canines as they search for a gunman who shot an ATF agent in the face.
We will knock on every door, talk to every witness, watch every piece of video, and analyze every piece of evidence. Believe me, you will not get away with this.
The massive show of force following what's being described as an ambush.
I need to escort you out right now.
An ATF agent, part of a new anti-gang task force with Chicago PD, shot while working on an undercover operation to crack down on illegal guns.
We need an ambulance as soon as possible. He may be hit in the head.
According to authorities, he is now the fourth member of law enforcement to be shot in the area in the past year.
But I got a message for them. We're coming for you.
Miraculously, the injured agent expected to fully recover. Tom, while the manhunt continues, authorities say that overall gun violence is down this year compared to last year in Chicago, even though at least 16 people have been shot in just the past 24 hours. Tom.
Will Carr, one of our new correspondents. Will, thank you. Next to Dallas, where the NRA is holding its annual convention, the first since the shooting at the high school in Parkland. Outside, dueling protests. A rally for gun reform led by a Parkland father. And at one point, gun reform advocates facing off against gun rights advocates. ABC's Marcus Moore is in Dallas.
The fight for gun control following the Parkland shooting tonight at an unlikely location, the NRA's National Convention in Dallas.
Vote them out! Vote them out!
Protesters carrying signs, chanting. Among them, parents of some of the victims of Stoneman Douglas High School. The father of Joaquin Oliver today inviting the president to his Florida home to discuss gun reform.
5 minutes of your time in Joaquin's empty room. Then you will feel what we're going through.
And Fred Guttenberg, his daughter killed in the shooting at Stoneman Douglas High.
All I think about is her running for her life.
That shooting and other massacres casting a pall over the NRA conference.
After a few days of grieving, I just decided there's just nothing else I could think of doing but to do something about this.
But not deterring its members following a speech Friday from President Trump.
They said, you know, going to the NRA convention and speaking today, that'll be very controversial. It might not be popular. You know what I said? Bye-bye, got to get on the plane.
The defiance against lawmakers wary of new gun legislation just months ago.
Some of you people are petrified of the NRA. You can't be petrified.
Replaced now by steadfast support, appealing to the thousands in Dallas who back the NRA.
My father always taught us guns don't kill people, people kill people.
Tonight, as the debate resting on the foundation of free speech unfolds, one side, it says, fighting for life, the other for liberty.
All right, Marcus Moore joins us live outside the NRA convention. And Marcus, you've been talking with people on both sides of the debate, and you're hearing talk of the midterm elections over and over again?
Yeah, that's right, Tom. I've talked to them on all sides of this issue, and almost every time they bring up that midterm right around the corner and how they plan to vote in the politicians who support their cause and vote out the ones who don't. Tom.
Marcus Moore, live from Dallas for us tonight. Marcus, thank you. Next, the FDA warning about liquid nicotine used in e-cigarettes and sold in packages that look like kid-friendly products, from juice boxes to candy to cookies. Can you tell the difference? ABC's Ariel Reshef with the side-by-side images.
Tonight, the government cracking down on e-cigarette products disguised as kid-friendly foods. Take a close look. This isn't a whipped cream can. It's actually liquid nicotine. These boxes nearly identical, one containing vanilla cookies, the other vanilla e-vapor. Doctors warn if kids mistakenly ingest those e-liquids, it could put them in grave danger.
Most of those reservoirs carry about 2 packs of cigarettes, and if it only takes 1 or 2 cigarettes to kill a child, you have quite a few that can die from just a little bit of liquid.
In just 5 years, more than 8,000 children under 6 have been exposed to e-cigarettes and liquid nicotine.
If you do use e-cigarettes, please treat it as a drug. Put it away from children, okay? Put it high above any place they could reach.
In all, 13 companies receiving warning letters from the FDA and FTC saying their products are misleadingly labeled or advertised. Makers of these 2 products have already stopped selling them, and this one no longer in production. Some manufacturers writing on their websites they have child-proof packaging and strict guidelines to avoid selling to minors. The American Vaping Association says ripping off trademark products is not responsible marketing.
And Tom, those e-cig companies now have about 2 weeks to respond to those warnings. If not, the government says they could face further action. Tom?
Ariel Reshef with those striking images. All right, Ariel, thank you. Next, the new round of storms crossing the east from the Gulf to New England after days of severe weather. In Albany, New York, take a look. Rain and wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, knocking down trees and leaving 60,000 customers in the dark. And the rain in Kentucky making this the wettest Kentucky Derby on record. Tonight, the rain coming down to the I-95 corridor as well as the Southwest braces for near record heat. ABC Sam Champion is here, and Sam, you're saying it's a lot of rain in Kentucky, right?
Yeah, it is. That record wet, about 2.5 inches of rain at Churchill Downs. Soggy, muddy track, the whole thing. Let's show you where that rain goes, Tom, and watch it leave Louisville and then zip toward the eastern seaboard. So mid-Atlantic on into New England. Some of these scattered showers will remain offshore. Some of them are going to be there to mess up a little bit of your Sunday in scattered form. 2 things I want to show you on the temperature map, with the national temperature map on Sunday afternoon. Take a look into the northeast. Those temperatures are about 2 days cooler than normal. Then we'll get back into the 60s and more normal temperatures. Then look at the southwest. These numbers are going to be kind of the warmest numbers of the year so far. They kind of threaten the records there, and we already have an extreme heat warning out for the Phoenix area as well at 106 degrees, Tom.
All right, Sam, thanks so much. Also tonight, former President George H.W. Bush spending a week at home for the first time in 2 weeks. Mr. Bush released from a Houston hospital after treatment for an infection. The former president admitted the day after his wife Barbara's funeral. A spokesman saying the 93-year-old is doing well. Mr. Bush said to be eager to visit his Maine summer home in Kennebunkport. And still ahead tonight, disturbing video from inside a classroom. A student goes after a teacher with violent punches. We'll tell you where this happened. And a warning for Facebook users, the hackers scamming users looking for love on the social media site, how they're luring the victims into losing big money. And a grandfather stops a bad guy by putting his best foot backward, what police say that robbery suspect was armed with. Stay with us.